everyone, this is Chetan Singhal. Welcome to my channel Stat Shine, where knowledge shines to make you shine. In my earlier videos, we have learned about different measures of central tendency like mean, median and mode. So in this video, we'll be learning how to calculate mean using different methods and in different cases. So firstly, consider a data set 96, 99, 100, 102, 108. So mean x bar, we denote mean by x bar, so it's simply sum of all observations divided by n, right? So here if we sum all these observations, so it comes out to be 505 and number of observations are 5, so this is 101. This is mean. And this method of just summing all the observations and dividing it by n without doing any manipulations is known as direct method. Okay, so this method is known as direct method. Another method is assumed mean method. So what does this method says? So consider any assumed mean. So these are the observations. So whichever you feel around these observations, to make the observations small, just consider any assumed mean a equals to 100. These are our xi's. This is x1, x2, x3, x4 and xy. Then just calculate the deviations as d equals to x minus a. What do we calculate? X minus a. So suppose our x is 96, 99, 100, 102, 108. Our deviations x minus a would be, this is 96, so this would be minus 4. This is nothing but x minus 100. This is minus 4, this is minus 1, 0. This is 2, this is 8. So now calculate the mean of these observations, right? This is minus 4, minus 1, 2 and 8. So what is the mean of these observations? So mean, so let denote it by d bar. So d bar is nothing but summation of di by n. So this is d1, d2, d3, d4, d5. If we sum all these observations, it comes out to be 8 plus 2, 10 and this 5 by 5. This turns out to be 1. And then x bar, we calculate it as a plus summation d by n, that is a plus d bar equals to 100 plus 1 equals to 101. So here also the answer was 101. Here also the answer is 101. So this method is known as assumed mean method. So we assume some mean in this case and then we do the calculations. So let's understand the logic behind this. Now our observations has turned out to be this. So suppose we have got these observations and we add 100 to all those observations, so we'll get xi's. So if we add 100, add 100, so we'll get these observations after adding 100. So the property of mean says that if we add constant to observations, then mean increases by that constant. So here the mean was 1. Here the mean was, in this case we want to calculate the mean. So we just calculate the mean of these observations, that turns out to be 1. And in these observations we added 100, right? So we added 100 in all of these observations, and the property of mean says that if we add constant to each observation in the data set, the mean increases by that constant. So the mean will increase by 100. So our new mean will be 1 plus 100, that is 101. So remember this property that if we add any constant to the observations, then the mean increases by that constant. So this is our method is known as assumed mean method. So what we have done is we have made our calculation simpler by just doing some manipulation, by just assuming something and subtracting that from our original observations. We have reduced our data set to some smaller observations, and then we have calculated mean that is easier for us to calculate. So this is assumed mean method. Next method is the step deviation method. So consider the observations. So it is on the top of the assumed mean method, right? So consider any assumed mean a equals to 100 and do d equals to x minus 8, that is we calculate the deviations. It comes out to be -4 -1 0, and further just divide these deviations by any constant. So here we see that 2 seems to be a reasonable number. We are dividing these deviations by 2, so it turns out to be -2 -0.5 0 1 and 4, right? So the method says that mean x bar equals to our assumed mean a plus summation d by n into our constant 2. Suppose this constant we call it as h into h, right? So our mean would be simply a is our 100 plus summation d. If we do it 4 5, this is 2.5 by 5 into 2. So this is nothing but 100 plus 1 equals to 101, which is the mean that we have got by the assumed mean method also and by the direct method also. So now let's try to understand the logic behind this. So we originally have these observations, right? So we have subtracted 100 to get this and then divided by 2 to get this. Now consider the reverse step, right? To reach from here to here, we'll multiply it by 2, and to reach from here to here, we'll add 100, right? So consider if we calculate the mean of these observations multiplied by 2 and plus 100, what would be that? That is nothing but the mean itself. So let me just put it in this way. So we have here x equals to xi equals to a plus 2 di dash. So this is our di dash, right? Let me write it. X bar equals to nothing plus, from here if we see the formula, it's 2 nothing but 2 d dash bar. So now we want to calculate the mean of these observations, but we are doing that by calculating the mean of these di observations, right? So what we are doing it, we are calculating the mean. So this is our mean. We are multiplying it by 2 to reach here. We are multiplying it by 2 to reach here, and then we are adding 100 to reach here. We are adding 100 to reach to these observations. So this is nothing but the mean of these observations only. So finally, this is the step deviation method. So remember two properties. If any constant is multiplied or divided to the observations, then the mean is multiplied or divided by the same observations, and if any constant is added to the observations, then the mean is also added or increased by that constant. So here the mean is nothing but 100 plus 2 into mean of d bar, that is nothing but 2.5 by 5. This is 1, this is 100 plus 1 equals to 101. So this is nothing but step deviation method. So all these methods gives a shortcut to calculate the mean by some manipulations on these x observations, right? So this is the methods: direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method to calculate the mean. So we have understood this on the simple data. Now we'll move on to the more complex data. One is frequency data and one is grouped frequency data. So we'll try to understand the difference between it. So suppose our x variable is nothing but marks. 0 to 10 mark test was taken, and f is the frequency, the number of students that got that mark. So suppose it goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10, and frequency, say this was 0 and this was 2 students, these were 4 students, 3 marks got 1 student, 4 marks got 1 student, and 10 marks, and similarly 10 marks got 3 students. So this is nothing but the frequency distribution of the data. So our data would look something like this. So 1 is 2 times, 2 is 4 times, 3 is 1 time, 4 is 1 time, and so on, and 10 is 3 times, right? So this is the frequency distribution. So now the grouped frequency data. So in grouped, what we do is we create a class, like say 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and 8 to 10, right? So in 0 to 2, so this 2 will cover in this 2 to 4. So this is something we say this is exclusive. So the last upper limit, this is called lower limit, this is upper limit. So upper limit is usually exclusive. So in 0 to 1 we'll say there are 2 students. In 2 to 4 there are 5 students, and similarly this way. So this is nothing but grouped frequency data. So we'll cover an example of this, and ultimately this is nothing but a subset. So if we understand this, the calculation of mean this way, this is also the similar way. So this is our example. So this is marks 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and so on, and this is the frequency. So 20 students got 0 to 10 marks, 24 students got 10 to 20, and so on, and the total we have 140 students, right? So to calculate the mean, so this is class, so we need to convert this 0 to 10, this interval, into single observation. So what we do is we calculate m, that is nothing but the mid value of this, mid value. So if you see 0 to 10, the mid value is 5, this is 15, this is 25, this is 35, this is 45. So this is our mid value, right? Next, so this is something x and f. So this is now deduced to the form of simple frequency data. This is our x and this is our mean. So now what we'll do is calculate the mean using assumed mean method and by using step deviation method. So in simple, what we can do is we can just calculate the mean by just multiplying. So suppose, okay, we'll calculate by simple method first, by direct method. So direct method first we'll calculate, right? So suppose if I do just m into f, so what it is, if we calculate m into f, this is 20 into 500, so we'll just multiply this m into f. So this is total. So direct means direct method says that mean is nothing but summation m into f upon summation f. So summation f is nothing but the total number of observations, and this is summation f, m into f is nothing but the sum of all the observation. This observation 5 is coming 20 times, so we are adding 5 20 times, that is nothing but 5 into 20 100. So this is nothing but sum of all observations. So this is 3620 upon 140. So 25.857. Now we'll calculate the mean using assumed mean. So suppose A is 25. This is our assumed mean. So we'll calculate D as explained earlier in this video is x minus A. So this is nothing but, sorry, if we use it m minus A, m minus 25. So this is minus 20, this is minus 10, this is 0, this is 10, this is 20. And we'll do D into F, right? So this is D and this is F. So we'll do this. So what we'll get, okay, so now when we calculate the DF, we'll get these observations and the sum would be 120. And using the assumed mean method, our x bar would be nothing but A plus summation F into D upon summation F. So summation FD is 120. So this is 25 plus 120 by 140, and this is the same mean that we got using the direct method. Okay, so now we'll just switch on to the step deviation method. So till here the step remains same, but now what we have to do is consider h equals to 10 and our d dash equals to d by h, that is nothing but d by 10. This is 20 by, this is minus 2, this is minus 1, this is 0, this is, and now calculate d dash into f. So this is our d dash into f, right? This is minus 4. So this is d dash into f. So we get these observations, minus 40, minus 24, and the summation is 12. And using the step deviation method, the mean, we have written the formula as A, as we seen earlier in the video. This is summation A plus summation f d dash upon summation f into h. Our h is the value by which we divide the deviations. So this is h is 10. So this is 25 plus 12 upon 140 into 10, and this is the same mean that we have got using the step deviation, using the assumed mean method and the direct method. So these are the three ways in which we can calculate the mean. One is the direct method, summing the observations divided by total number of observations. The other one is the assumed mean method, and the last one is the step deviation method. So hope you have understood all these methods in different cases. So if you like the content of the video and if you like the explanation, so please like the video and please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Keep shining.